Hi there. Welcome to this week's Q&A live. And today I want to talk to you about embedding. And I know you probably hear that phrase quite a bit. And the reason I think it's worthy of us spending some time talking about it is because if you are not really very high tech yourself, probably the word embedding sounds like something that you probably don't understand what the word means, or it sounds like it takes a lot of coding, or many other reasons why you kind of shy away from it. Well, I want to just spend a couple of minutes here just talking briefly about why we do embedding, what embedding is, and then I'm going to show you some examples so that if you are having trouble or if you're afraid to try it, you get a little more comfortable with it. So let's just start with a relatively easy to understand definition, I guess, of embedding. What embedding means is that you're taking a piece of something that lives on the internet, like over here, and then you are taking code and bringing that code over to something else and taking the thing that's on the first system and displaying it over on the second system. So you are taking something and embedding it, meaning making it part of the other thing. So a couple of examples that I'm sure you've seen before, when you are on someone's website and there might be a button there to check out, for instance. If they're an e-commerce site, they might have their checkout being run through Shopify or something like that. So they would have the Shopify checkout form would be embedded on their website. Even though it's on their website, it's actually Shopify's code that's running. Another example that you might have seen is sometimes if you follow a link on someone's post or from a Facebook ad and you download their lead magnet, for instance, and then on the thank you page, one of two things might be embedded there, or actually maybe both might be embedded there. There might be a video there that doesn't actually live on that landing page. Let's call it ClickFunnels. It could be FG Funnels, Lead Pages, Kajabi, any place where you would build lead pages. But when you have something that shows on your landing page, but it's actually being written and being handled by another program, that's embedding. So the two things that you're likely to see on that landing page, the thank you page after you download someone's lead magnet, is a video of them explaining whatever their offer is or asking you to book a consult or something like that. So that video is embedded because the video actually lives on Vimeo or Wistia or YouTube or someplace, but they're showing it to you on their landing page. And the other thing that you might see embedded there on that thank you page is a scheduling booking page if you were going to book a consult. And again, lead pages, ClickFunnels, Kajabi, they don't necessarily, I don't think any of them have an appointment booking page. Now, Keep Pro does, but I'm going to talk about embedding. And because Keep Pro has appointments in it, you don't have to embed them. They're right there. But today we're talking about embedding. Now, I use Schedule Once as my calendar, and I love it. And I embed my booking page on my landing pages. So that is pretty much the definition and examples of what embedding is. Hi, Dinah. Good to see you. So that's an examples of what embedding is. So now I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here. Let me just get this out of the way. And I'm going to share my screen, and then I'm going to show you a couple of examples of embedding. All right, so let me share my screen. And I'm going to show you, I'm using the word landing pages, but I do mine in ClickFunnels. So I'm going to actually show you what I'm talking about in ClickFunnels. Now, last week or the week before, I did my 3-day automation challenge, and I had a form, a web form on there. So I'm going to use that as an example. That's another example of embedding code. The form is actually going to show on the page here in ClickFunnels Let me pull that up. But the data is actually going to be going into Infusionsoft or Keep, depending on which one you use. So here was the landing page. And when you click on this button, it opens the pop-up. And here's the pop-up. And you can see here that those are the three fields that we are going to gather the information. And remember, this is in ClickFunnels, but we're going to gather this information and it's going to be embedded. This form is there's embedded and the information is going to go over to Keep or Infusionsoft. Now, the way, let me just get over here. The way we do that in ClickFunnels is you go on the Settings tab and then to Integrations, because we are integrating another program, Infusionsoft or Keep. And when you first come in here, of course, there is no integration set, but we're going to add it. So let me show you how we do that. I'm going to go to Keep. And I'm going to go down here to my Infusionsoft. And I'm going to show you all the pieces of the puzzle here so that you can get an appreciation. Here's my Keep 3-day challenge in Infusion. Now, this is an Infusionsoft. And this is what happens when you actually sign up for the challenge. And see right here, see where it says that's a form, that's a sign up form. That's what starts this off in Keep. So inside of Keep or Infusionsoft, I have the same three fields. Remember on the pop-up, those are the same three fields I have: first name, last name, email. We have first name, last name, email. Now, right this minute, if nothing is done, this form right here lives in Infusionsoft, and this form right here lives in ClickFunnels, and they are not connected. The way we connect them is we go over here to the tab that says Code, and we're going to choose the HTML code unstyled, and there it all is. There's a whole bunch of extra code here, but we're going to just hit that clipboard to copy it. And then over in the integration settings, let me just remove it so you can see. All right, we're going to select the integration, and now this is the HTML form integration. So again, we are just talking about embedding right now. There's a lot of other things you can do with integration, but I'm talking about embedding, so that's what we're going to show you today. So it's the HTML form. Now, the other thing to know is that you can actually directly integrate ActiveCampaign, and you used to be able to directly integrate Infusionsoft, but that has become unreliable. So now we use the HTML instead. And then we say it's going to be an existing form because the form does exist. It's over in Infusionsoft or Keep. So I'm just going to copy that code that I just copied from Infusionsoft. And now remember, this is a form. And for some reason, Infusionsoft gives you all of these script lines after the form. We want to end right here where the form is. So we're just going to highlight everything below it and delete it. And then we're going to hit save. And now we just have to link the fields that are here in ClickFunnels over to the fields in Keep. So this is how the embedding actually provides the service that we want it to provide, which is to take the data that's typed in ClickFunnels and just put it into Keep or Infusionsoft. So we are embedding this form in ClickFunnels, but it's actually running over in Keep. So the other thing to know is when you do embedding of this type in ClickFunnels, it would normally just drop you off at the end of this form and it would not come back to the funnel. So for ClickFunnels, you have to tell it where do you want it to go once the form is submitted. And this is just the next page in my funnel. Okay, so that's how we take the code from here. We put it over here. And now that form is embedded in ClickFunnels. Okay, so that's one type of embedding. Another type of embedding that I want to show you is embedding a video. Now, videos are not stored on lead pages or ClickFunnels or anyplace else. They're stored on a video hosting platform. I use Vimeo. Other people might use YouTube or Wistia. So I'm going to, let's see, I think I got to find the one that I want. This might be it. Let me see if this has a video. Oh, yes, it does. Okay. So this has a video link here. This is a tech puzzle landing page that I used in the fall, I think. So see, this right here is the video. So when I click on it and I come over here, it asks what type. You can do a custom embed, which you don't want to do that. That's for like programmers who know how to do coding. We're going to use Vimeo. And then what we do is we go over to Vimeo and we click on the video that we're going to want to use, and we copy the link. And then all we do is over here, we paste that link. Now, one little funky thing about Vimeo is when you copy that link from here, let me show you what that link looks like. And you can see it says vimeo.com/ a bunch of numbers / some numbers and letters. Well, as luck would have it, ClickFunnels doesn't know what to do with these last, after the first set of numbers, there's a slash. ClickFunnels does not work if you leave all of those numbers attached. So what you have to do is when you paste that Vimeo into the Vimeo URL, you have to delete these extra, everything that comes after that second slash. You delete that so that it ends with just the last number and not the second slash. And then that video is now embedded. And when you open that landing page, there it is. Now you know that that video actually lives over here in Vimeo, but it was showing up and existing over here in ClickFunnels. So that's another type of embedding. Now, a third type of embedding is a schedule page. And I think I have a funnel that does that. Here's a consult funnel. Okay, so on the consult booking page in ClickFunnels, you can see it's showing my booking page from schedule once. Now, if you look right here, you don't see a booking page at all. And that's because here we are with the HTML code one more time. And what we do with that is we go to schedule once, or you could do this with Calendly, or you could do this with Acuity. You can do it with just about, I'm sure, any booking software. Okay, so what one was this one? I think it's this one. So all you do is you go into, oh, that's what it showed. We're gonna go into here where it says publish on your website. And right here, embed the code. You just click copy the code. And then over here in ClickFunnels, you have added, what you've done is you've added this element, which is a custom code HTML. And then you open the code editor, and then you just paste that schedule once embed code that we just copied from the schedule once booking page. And now when someone gets to this page in your funnel, it pops up with the booking page that actually lives over here. This is where it actually lives, but this is where you're going to see it. So again, if you are just going along as someone who discovered a link to a lead magnet or something, or a booking console landing page, it looks like this page is part of ClickFunnels because that's where this is running. But we know that it's not. We know that it's actually in Schedule Once. So that is, so that we did embedding a form, embedding a video, embedding a a booking page. And I'm trying to think if there's other things you can embed. I'm sure there are, but those are the three that I find that I use the most often, because those are the types of things that you use all the time. And those are the things that, as much as there's quite a few systems that try to be all in one, there really isn't an all in one that has a good booking page and a good landing page builder and a good video storage and a good email CRM. There really isn't one that has everything. Now, one thing that I have just started looking into and working with clients who work in Keep Pro, I've always worked with Infusionsoft. Now, Keep Pro actually has an appointment scheduling function built right in, and that does not need to be embedded because it technically is part of Keep. So that's something, and again, it's not an all-in-one because it doesn't do everything else, but we're going to see, I think, over the near term, we are going to see more and more companies trying to be, if not actually all in one, try to do more than just one function, because they are finding that we as business owners have tech fatigue, I guess, for lack of a better word. I mean, there is just so much tech, and it seems like you need so many things. So, and I'm guilty. I have actually, and I think I told you guys this in the beginning of the year, every year I do a little audit of what have I been paying for. And it's always a shock, because it's easy to sign up for something, in February, you go, oh yeah, this is what I need. And then you go in and you look at it and you're like, oh, well, yeah, maybe I'll use that. And then you forget about it. And 6 months later, or whenever you would look again, it's like, oh, wait a minute, I'm still paying for that. So I, as a function of being a business owner and having too many subscriptions, I do that audit once a year. And this year I was more brutal than usual. This year I really pared way down, and I'm down to 3 or 4 major apps. I have ClickFunnels for landing pages, and I use it for my portal, and I'm using it for my websites. I have Infusionsoft that I use for CRM and automations and things like that. And I have Schedule Once for calendar bookings. And then, of course, I have Vimeo and Zoom, and those are almost like utilities. It's almost like, you can't have a meeting without Zoom. So it's not like it's an app, it's a utility. So anyway, so I'm down to those 3 major apps. And if you talked to me last year, I had WordPress, LearnDash, Memberium, high price private hosting for my portal. I had 2 portals, 2 websites, because I have 2 companies. And I'm trying to pare down into one company, and hopefully 2021 will be the year that I actually complete that goal. But I had all these different programs, and I realized that I don't really need all those different programs. And especially, Rosemary, I'm so sorry. I just saw your question. Yes, Rosemary, going back to where you put the video in. I'm sorry, let me go back over there. Where you put the video in, you want to erase everything. Let me go get that again so I can show you. So when you copy it from Vimeo, you can see that it's vimeo.com/ a whole bunch of numbers, then another slash. So Rosemary, from the second slash, you get rid of the slash and everything after the slash. So it ends up being vimeo.com/ and then a bunch of numbers. And that's what works in ClickFunnels. Now, I don't work in Lead Pages or these other landing page builders, but if you are using something other than ClickFunnels and you have a problem that when you put the video code in and it doesn't work, try that first, because that's what happens in ClickFunnels. If you put that whole thing in with all those letters and numbers, it doesn't work. And it doesn't give you an error message, it just doesn't work. So that's kind of a bummer. Okay, and Abby, yes, I am hosting my portal in ClickFunnels. Let me show you that. I'm kind of proud of it. I had it in LearnDash, WordPress, Memberium, and it was it was just too much. Now, mind you, this is what I do for a living, is tech. And I have a virtual assistant who is also very technical. And it was just too much like work. Every time you want to do something, it is like a major production. So now, let me show you what my portal looks like. I moved it over to ClickFunnels. So this is also, if you do your portal, hold on, let me share my screen. Let me show you. Okay, so if you have, for instance, the Learn-Memberium WordPress site, there's a whole hoopla that you go through with setting up the memberships, who has access to what. So if it's a new client, send them a user account, username and password, make sure they get the email. And there's a whole lot of mechanics that goes into it. Here in ClickFunnels, because I'm selling my course here in ClickFunnels, ClickFunnels knows what they bought. So if they bought the course, they get access, and it's that simple. You don't have to set up another software. You don't have to set up memberships. You don't have to turn things on and unlock them and all that business. Now you can unlock them. And in fact, you can set them to time delay to drip out over a set period of time. I'm just right now focusing on creating their account. Now I already have an account. So down here, I would just say already a member, log in now. And it helps if you click. There we go. And I should have rebooted before I started this. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so here is my portal. Here's all of my, and in fact, I have mine set up not so much as one long course. I have it set up as two different training collections, if you will. And these are the two different training collections. Here is the welcome letter. Here is my manifesto. If someone wants to download the manifesto poster, they can. To join the Facebook group, they do that here. And this is just, I really am so pleased with the way that this looks and the way that it works, because it's so simple. And there's no real management involved in giving people access. If they bought it, they get it. And if it's something that's free, then you just don't put any restrictions on it, and then anybody can see it. So it works both ways. And then of course, right here, you have your downloads where you can put everything that goes with your course. And since we're in this neck of the woods, let me show you one other thing. Because I changed my approach and I don't have an actual course anymore, because people were saying, look, you have this 12 week or 12-month course. I don't want to wait till the 8th week to get to the thing that I really want to learn right now. I want to be able to just go to the one that I want. So what I ended up doing was, changing it to collections of training, so people can just buy the ones that they need, and they don't have to buy all 12 modules if they really are only going to use 3 of them. So I'm going to do, let's see. So this is what I built that actually is the landing page, if you will, for my portal. So if people are looking into the different kinds of training, this is also built in ClickFunnels. And this just shows them what the 2 different collections are, talks about what all the logic is behind it and what have you. And let me look, there's one other one. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I just call this total business training, because it's no matter what you're doing in your business. If you're starting, you need budgeting, legal, accounting, sales, online presence, customer success, business intelligence, et cetera, et cetera. So all of these different things are what I have that you can buy individually. You don't have to buy all 12 just to use 3 of them. So I set these up individually, and then you click on this. Now I'm recording these videos. I don't have all these videos done yet, but there will be a little short video talking about what this training unit is. And then if you say, oh yeah, I want some more info on that, then it comes right over, and this is the sales page for that one training unit. So here's the things that are in it. this is how you sign up. And if you click there, then you end up buying it. And if you buy it, then you automatically have access to it because it's all inside of ClickFunnels. So that is one of the things I'm real excited about because I am simplifying my tech stack and making it way less confusing, way less work, way less things I have to remember. Okay, thanks, Abby. Okay, Dinah, question on integrations. The integration between ClickFunnels and Infusionsoft keeps breaking. No, oh, okay, Dinah, that's the problem. Let me go over there. Dinah said that hers is always breaking, and I know exactly why that is. The built-in one, you used to be able to just go over here and just put your Infusionsoft here, and then in that drop down, remember it said Infusionsoft, but I told you it's not reliable. You don't use that anymore. But Dinah, this is the, let me show you my screen. This is the one that you need, the regular Infusionsoft API, not the version 2. I don't know why the version 2, I think they came out with the version 2 when they came out with the Keep products. Remember, it was just Infusionsoft for a long time, and they wanted to make it better for small businesses. So they came up with all the Keeps. They came up with Keep Lite, Keep Pro, Keep Max, and then they call Infusionsoft Classic. So prior to all those three Keeps, the Keep Lite, Keep Pro, Keep Max, there was only one Infusionsoft integration, and it is very reliable. Then a couple of years ago, when they were coming out with the Keep products, for some reason, they added this version 2 API, and it has never been, it's never been reliable at all. I mean, if you're lucky if it hasn't broken already, because normally it's just it's as reliable as using the old one. The one that I just showed you, if you use that in the drop down, that's unreliable. And if you use the version 2, the whole connection is unreliable. And that just, from a corporate point of view, I don't understand that, because everybody that uses ClickFunnels is using something for CRM, and many of them are using either Infusionsoft or Keep. So you would think it would be in the best interest of both ClickFunnels and Infusionsoft and Keep to make that process easy for both of their clients. But for some reason, there's an urban legend that they got some kind of a fight at one of the Infusionsoft partner conferences or user conferences or something. And that for some reason at that point, they just stopped playing nice. So now we use the HTML code and it works like a charm. Very happy to report. Okay, does anybody else have any questions? No? All right, let me look one more time. All right, thanks, Abby. Thanks, Dinah. Okay, I'm going to, and Rosemary, thank you too. I'm going to sign off now. That is pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. And if you have any other questions about integrations or embedding or anything, really, just let me know. You don't have to wait till next Tuesday. You can just drop the questions right in the group here, and I will get back to you. And if it is something that maybe would be easier to show you, let me know before next week's live, and then I will put that question of yours as either the whole topic or at least part of the topic. And that way I will be able to show you right during the live how to do whatever your question is. Okay, everybody, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.